Black Ops was a highly anticipated FPS produced by Treyarch and released in November 2010. And so we decided to see if the single-player campaign was any good. And it's sad to say that it's rather disappointing overall. Is it a good game? Of course, but is it the best in the Call of Duty franchise? No. It's perhaps unfair to compare Black Ops with Modern Warfare 2 as they were developed by different studios. The Modern Warfare series is developed by Infinity Ward and Black Ops was made by the same people who developed World at War, Treyarch. Nevertheless, as the last Call of Duty game released, Modern Warfare 2 set our latest series of standards for the Call of Duty franchise. Black Ops starts where you are tasked with finding and killing Fidel Castro.
Talking to you!
In true fashion, everything goes to the dogs.
Everything's ready. Good work, Carlos. No problem.
The weapons in Black Ops feel somewhat more primitive than those in Modern Warfare 2. Aiming and using the scope becomes irritating because of limited vision, and the irritation mounts when you have to shoot an enemy a multitude of times before they die.
Quickly! This way, upstairs.
At the beginning of the game, the guns are pretty standard, and the only way to really get a new weapon is to kill someone and take theirs. As the game progresses, the guns become rather more deadly. From crossbows to rocket launchers and airstrikes.
Marking coordinates. Delta Squadron. To the boat.
Get in!
Sadly, some of the weapons that are made available for specific missions are not available throughout the game, and this is somewhat of a disappointment.
Good, man.
The locations in the game vary between levels and also depending on your objectives. 1 second you're in Cuba and the next you're blowing up rockets in Russia. Moving around within levels can be done either by foot, helicopter, or by tree topping or abseiling through a window. Typically, this involves killing everyone in sight and is made fairly easy by using the bullet time effect, where everything slows down and you use your crosshair to take your enemy out with a headshot. When compared to Modern Warfare and the recently released competing franchise Medal of Honor, the in-game graphics are somewhat borderline. There are some nice textures and graphics, but in comparison to previous Call of Duty games, it lacks somewhat. You can skip the rather heavy cutscenes should you feel the need, but you will miss out on some rather cool story points and motion graphics. If you feel they're a little violent for your taste, you do have the option of turning them off at the beginning of the game. Throughout the levels, indicators will tell you where your next objective is, but we chose to run our own course as, to be honest, the rest of the team was simply too slow for our liking. You can pick up guns in the levels, but we never seemed to run out of ammo, which was a bit strange. It might take you a year to kill an enemy, but at least you weren't short of ammo.
Contact down.
The gaming engine is particularly intelligent, and so the gameplay becomes a great deal more challenging and competitive. Much like in Modern Warfare, if you remain static whilst disposing of your enemies, more will attack you until you move away from where you're holed up. In each level, you have 2 or 3 fellow Black Ops members accompanying you, but unfortunately they don't really seem to be of much assistance. One thing we really felt was missing from this game was the pacing. It might seem like it's continuously action-packed, but we felt the enemies were such that one moment we were fighting for our lives, and the next we were stuck trying to figure out what to do. The controls are pretty standard for any FPS game, and so anyone familiar with this genre won't have any trouble playing. The gameplay levels are, however, rather easy, and most FPS veterans would probably rather go for a more ballsy difficulty. The campaign is also rather short, and in no time at all you're wondering what just happened. Overall, Black Ops is a great addition to the Call of Duty franchise, but it's simply not quite as good as its predecessor. And so, instead of having us coming back for more, instead it leaves us abandoning it in favor of its older cousin.